American panel. He's the deputy editor of the Wall Street Journal editorial page. Dan Hannity is back. She is a board member of Resurgent Republic. Republican strategist Leslie Sanchez is twittering as we speak. He served 3 terms on the DNC and was President Clinton's special counsel and special pleader extraordinaire. Fox News contributor Lanny Davis. Congratulations, you're a member of the family now.
The member of the Sean Hannity fan club, which all of your viewers know how much I like you.
I can't stand when you start out like this because you're so full of it. Everybody knows it.
His ratings just dropped 25%.
Right. Yeah. All right. Reverend Farrakhan, leader of the Nation of Islam, is going to be speaking at a Friday night town hall meeting, according to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. He is going to appear along James Clyburn. Does James Clyburn belong hanging out with Louis Farrakhan?
I disagree with Mr. Farrakhan on almost everything, and I admire Mr. Clyburn, so I can't choose Mr. Clyburn's friend, so I don't know what their relationship is.
Why would he appear along with a known racist and anti-Semite?
You'll have to ask Mr. Clyburn. I know.
But you like James Clyburn. Listen, I think I don't have a problem with James Clyburn, but I think this is incredibly poor judgment. And I'm just wondering, what would be the difference if a Republican congressman hung out with a Klansman or some radical racist group?
Well, appearing with someone isn't hanging out. Why don't you have him on and ask him?
All right. Why are you ducking and defending your friend to the...
That's not the issue. The issue is ultimately the question. The difference would be the media firestorm that would come from that. It would be a firestorm across the media. What is the relation? What are they planning? What do you endorse? What he's saying? What aspects do you endorse? It puts into question all those aspects, especially at a very difficult time.
Dan?
Well, you know, having associations with people on stages is a difficult thing. Farrakhan is one of these odd figures. He occupies a strange place in our culture. He has the views you describe, and yet somehow they seem to transcend that and gain legitimacy in a way that allows them to operate.
I'm not saying he doesn't say good things when he talks about people being responsible, when he talks about people, you know, taking care of your own family, your own community, living a moral life, not drinking, smoking, etc., doing drugs. I don't have a problem with any of that. It's the anti-Semitic Judaism, Zionist hatred that he has, hanging out with Gaddafi, America's enemies, and all the other stuff that he's said over the years, which I've chronicled often. Do you not agree he's a racist and anti-Semite?
I don't agree with him on almost everything.
You think he's a racist and anti-Semite? Was the question.
He makes racist and anti-Semitic comments, so I guess that makes.
So then, but Lanny, if you heard I was hanging out with a racist or anti-Semite, what would you say to me?
I don't know that he's hanging out, and that's your.
All right, this is your first night as a contributor. I'm going to save you.
What does hanging out mean?
All right, NPR. Let's roll this tape of what they said, this guy Schiller, about the Tea Party movement.
The Republican Party is not really the Republican Party. It's been hijacked by this group that is
radical, racist, Islamophobic, Tea Party people.
And not just Islamophobic, but really xenophobic. I mean, basically, they believe that sort of white, middle America, gun-toting. I mean, it's pretty scary. They're seriously racist.
I'm letting you off the hook. Yes.
Well, there's a long pattern of this type of bias, no doubt, in public broadcasting. I think that fundamentally the question or the area that I like to focus on is really now funding. More than ever is government funding. In the 44 years, right? Defund them. In the 44 years since they started, there was scarcity in terms of this. Now a 5th grader can get on internet radio and pretty much you have vast communication.
Well, why don't they, at this point, I mean, they keep throwing people over the side because they claim that they violate their objective standards. And what Schiller said, it kind of, you know, it just shatters. This is kind of what they really say in the NPR cafeteria, not the disinterested demeanor that they purport to have on their programs. I think at this point, they only get 12% of their funding from the federal government. They ought to pull the plug on themselves and go out and try to make an honest business out of it. They've got all these stations and all these people. Why not go into private broadcasting and try to compete with the rest of us rather than pretend that they are what they are? They're not that.
You have a problem with that?
I am a great NPR fan. To take one
You ought to be listening to me,
one
Rush, and
person-
Levin, but go ahead.
One person, it was a completely repulsive statement
No,
that
it's
he
not
made.
one person.
But don't extrapolate or generalize just because
Nina
we saw
Totenberg
terrible
wished
signs.
AIDS on Jesse Helms and his
Terrible signs at
grandchildren.
Tea Party rallies. I never extrapolated. I never said all Tea Partiers are because of.
All right.
This is what we're doing. Is
We gotta take a quick
extrapolating,
break.
and it's not fair.
All right, we're going to come back, and we'll put Lanny back on the hot seat and make him sweat. He's sweating. We'll come back with our Great American Panel straight ahead.